All right, guys. Welcome to this bi-weekly meeting for Space City Rocketry, February 21st, 2023. Thank you. All right, our agenda for this bi-weekly meeting, we'll start off with shout outs as always. Second progress update is submitted. We're gonna go over the Ham NASA tour. Join us for an educational tour of the JSC Amateur Radio Club facility. Next, we're gonna be going over the paintball social, find out when our next social will be. We're gonna be going over AIAA stickers once again, SA Cup updates, what's the latest news regarding Spaceport America Cup, upcoming events, and lastly, sub-team updates. All right, shout outs. So we're gonna start off with Orlando for doing an amazing job designing the SRAD PCBs. Thank you, Orlando. Nikolai, who was working closely with Kurt and find out more information on the Yagi antennas. Thank you, Kurt, for helping the avionics lead with battery testing info and antenna building. Aaron for having a code in the ground station done. Thank you, Aaron. Samantha for doing a great job at integrating 2 new sub-team co-leads. Olivia for creating the avionics infographic. Alyssa, Linda, and Jaylene for making and tapping the prototype rail assembly. And lastly, Joe for taking in 2 chihuahuas, which, by the way, if anyone's looking for some chihuahuas, let me know, talk to me after this meeting. And this one's not on here, but I just wanted to shout out Ravi for being an amazing leader and for being the damn best chief engineer this team has seen so far. As you guys have noticed, I've been missing in action lately, and so Ravi has been taking the lead and he's been carrying this team on his back. Take it away.
Thank you, Joe. Briefly wanted to update y'all on our second progress update, but it is now complete and we have submitted our entry for judging. So huge shout out to everyone who's able to contribute to that document. I know it's always takes a team effort to be able to get those done and out of the way. So would not have been able to achieve this milestone really without your help. So give yourselves all a pat on the back. We really do appreciate it. Some of the next milestones that we have on the horizon seems far away right now, but I feel like they're going to creep up on us. Is our third progress update due on Friday, April 21st. And then the spaceport video also due on Friday, April 21st. So for my sub-team leads, the media team should be reaching out to you regarding when would be a best time for your, I guess, like pictures or videos of anything cool that you're working on in lab so that we can put together a much better product for the spaceport video this year than kind of the jumble and rush that we had last year. So yeah, hopefully we can improve on all fronts there.
All right, now for the Ham NASA tour. So Amateur Radio Club will be hosting a NASA tour this Thursday, February 23rd at 6 p.m. If you're looking to attend, please contact Kurt Rowland. You can either contact him through the Amateur General Radio chat, or you can contact him directly. If you don't know who that is, let me know and I can direct you to him as soon as possible. We're also going to be having carpool meeting time. That's going to be at 5:30 p.m. at UH Main Campus. As you can see, you guys will be going to the JSC Amateur Radio Club. There's a little picture of this on the map. You might be asking, like, why go, why attend, right? We're SCR and this is Amateur Radio Club, 2 separate clubs. But amateur radio is pretty important. Ham radio is pretty important. If you're one of the few lucky people who get to attend Spaceport, you'll be seeing and noticing that we all communicate using the ham radio walkies. Pretty important since there's no cellular service out there. So it's our only form of communication. So you kind of need a ham radio license in order to use and be able to appropriately follow all of the rules and guidelines that are required for ham radio licenses. So pretty important to start getting familiar with that. Okay, paintball social. So due to lack of funds, we will have to push this back. We do need to raise the money before we're able to host the social. So if you're genuinely interested in attending, please fill out the form using the QR code. So if you scan the QR code, it's going to send you to this form. You're going to get to choose your top 3 choices. I've kind of selected some of the possible places that we can go to. Urban War Zone, Paintball Zone, Balls and Bruises, Splat Houston. Some of these places have pizza and drinks included, some do not. So just take a look at the screen that you see in front of you and then, choose wisely. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to do that. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna check the chat. Hey, Wes. Hey, why the hell am I host? There it is, I think. Okay. Well, what do you guys think? What seems like the best plan for you? Like, what do y'all think? I selected based off of which one?
The cheapest.
The cheapest. The cheapest so far is H-Town Paintball Latchi package. That does not have food included. Rental equipment is included, and there's no time limit, but there's only like 100 paintballs per person. Yeah. Yes, question. Urban Warzone is really fun. Yeah, that's the one, the really fancy one, right? Yeah, they have a really good. Nice. Okay. Do they have porta potties, or do you get to go into a restroom inside? Indoor? Okay. Yeah, so that one is $29.95 per player for the basic package. The deluxe package comes with food and stuff included, and that's $40 per person. All right, gonna go ahead and keep moving. All right, next is the AIAA stickers. You guys already know they're officially on sale. All proceeds will help support AIAA and their project teams in reaching their goals, including us. So please fill out the interest form. 1 sticker is for $3, 2 stickers for $5. All right.
Cool. So now our kind of bi-weekly update on the ongoings of Spaceport America Cup. As we mentioned before, our second progress report is completed, so a big shout out to us. But also on the docket for us this week, for Joe and I, is a meeting with our Spaceport America Cup judge this Friday, February 24th. So if you do have any questions for him regarding anything spaceport related or even rocketry related, please scan the QR code to type them in that document. And there's also a link on the slides, which we'll share in the Discord afterwards. But yeah, it should be fun getting to meet him. Hopefully we can establish a good relationship so that once we're out at Spaceport, he kind of knows who we are and the work that we put in and doesn't grill us at all. So fingers crossed, he's nice, but yeah, at the very least, we'll get some good feedback about our first progress report, and hopefully he's gotten a chance to look at our second progress report as well. And lastly, before sub-team updates, just some upcoming events. Big event tomorrow, Recovery's drogue testing. That's at 1 p.m. at the Gateway Garage, which is the big garage across from the wreck, the new one with all the fancy lights on it. We're going to be dropping it onto that kind of patch of grass that's in front of the front face. And it should be fun. I heard, although I guess I'll leave it to Recovery's update. I heard some stuff about it. So you should all come check that out. We also have our Ham NASA tour, as Joe mentioned, this Thursday, February 23rd at 6 p.m. So please let Kurt know if you're interested in attending. Or if you don't know who Kurt is, then let either Joe or I know, and we can direct you to Kurt. Also, new event, which I guess we should have made its own slide for, but Aussie CNC visit. So for those unaware, there was an alumni on the team who was formerly on the propulsion sub-team. His name was Ozzy. He decided to take a break from school and get into machining. So he bought his own CNC. And it's in his garage right now, fully set up, ready to go. I think he's already started to do the first test pieces and test cuts. So he's been super generous and said that some of the first testing that he wants to do to just get to know how to use the machine will be free for us. And then from then on, there'll be a significantly discounted rate for anything that we need machined. So I'm going to be going over there. It's in Katy, which is a little far. But if you are interested in going, please DM me so we can maybe put together a carpool sheet or just figure out how we're all going to get there. So That's this Saturday at 2 p.m. If you are interested in going, we'll probably meet at U of H around 1:15, 1:30. So yeah, let me know. The bake sale, the date is still tentative. I know we said that we wanted to have it this week, but we ran into a few issues with scheduling. So we will let you know when that will be. Fingers crossed for next week. So keep an eye out for that. And then, as we mentioned, the paintball social, the date is also tentative. That'll probably be a little bit later on as we wait for more funds in the account. Yes.
The bake sale, we can't take our own stuff, right, for the university.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, we had a question in person from Wes, but yeah, we are not able to bake anything or make anything of our own. Unfortunately, yeah, kind of sucks, but now we'll go into sub-team updates. First up is analysis with Ariba.
Hi, everybody. So some of the things that analysis has been working on is we did create an avionics infographic, which you can see right over there. So shout out for Olivia for creating that for us. Some of the things that we have been working on as well is creating a recovery flight profile analysis. So each stage of the launch or each stage of the flight, we gave recovery like the altitude and the velocity of each of those sub-steps. For the current things that we are working on is researching the effects of zippering and buckling, because as you all know, this year's rocket is only a 4-inch diameter, so we want to see what effects that has. We will also be doing some finite element analysis utilizing SolidWorks. For future things that we're going to do is that if there's any changes to the official design plan, please let analysis know so we can update the open rocket simulation. And then for all of you guys doing testing, if you guys need any help with any data analysis or things that we can help on our end, please let us know. We'd be happy to help.
Thank you, Ariba. Yes, I also was able to finally make it to an analysis lab this semester. Sorry about not being there before, but had a good conversation with both Ariba and Leo about the role of analysis moving forward. And I think we got some good things clarified and ready to go. So excited to see what we can do there. Next up, we have avionics with Aaron.
If you've taken a peek into the avionics chat this past week, you might have seen Orlando getting a little freaky with his PCB schematic design. So shouts to Orlando for that. And also, we also completed our antenna selections, and we're ordering parts for it. So that should be underway. So we'll actually be able to, have a working Yagi antenna, which is going to be very exciting for testing our ground station. Currently we are finalizing our actual PCB design so we can actually get this manufactured. Also, we are trying to get our ground station set up so we can actually work with the antennas. And also we are working a lot with ham radio so we can avionics can get their ham radio licenses in time for spaceport. We've been also in contact with Kurt about that. And trying to build our Yagi antennas DIY kind of thing with a lot of Home Depot parts. So that's going to be very exciting for us to do as a team. And also we have to do our battery testing, altimeter testings, that the report's gonna come bite us if we don't do that. But for future though, again, we want to finalize our PCB designs and get that pressure testing done as soon as possible. And, finally create our infographic for our telemetry that's going to help our team actually like ins and outs of what to actually do when they ever want to get involved in some sort of analysis for our avionics systems.
Cool. Thank you, Aaron. And be sure to let us know or let Kurt know if you're interested in attending the ham radio tour, as avionics will be, or most of avionics will be going as well. Next up is payload with Kevin.
Hello, everyone. So as for our completed tasks, I finally acquired our ABS filament. So we'll be able to finally start printing our components. We also finalized the screw lid thread design for our screw lid. I'd like to give a shout out to Brennan for helping me with that. For our current task, we'll start working on our electronics since most of it has shipped already. So a big focus on these coming weeks, we'll be working with the electronics and printing out most of our components. We'll also be detailing our testing plans and procedures since we have all of our sensors, and we'll be getting our flies soon. We'll also be working on updating and revising our statement of work. For future tasks, we'll be detailing the upkeep instructions for the flies to make sure they're handled properly. We'll also be working on the SCL payload challenge submission, and that's it for now. And then in the pictures, that's some of the test parts Brendan helped print for us. The middle picture with the screw lid shows like the little motion sensor we have. So I just think that's pretty cool that it fits and everything. Yeah, that's it for now.
Well, thank you, Kevin. And yeah, Payload has been putting in some really good work recently. It's been awesome to see, especially those test pieces like going in the 4-inch airframe. It's been really cool to see. And yeah, I agree that that sensor in the lid is a welcome sight. All right, next up we have propulsion with Scott. Yeah.
All right, hello. This week or over the last couple weeks, we selected no ring for the motor casing. And after that, we moved on to changing our fuel to ammonium perchlorate composite propellant, or APCP. And we chose one that's using aluminum, and the binder is going to be polybutadiene acrylonitrile. It's really hard to say, just PBAN. And that one is less toxic than the alternative binder, which is hydroxyl terminated polybutadiene. Anyways, we are starting up our documents for fuel production and safety. We have detailed instructions on how to do that from a book, which is partially why we chose this recipe. We have details and the recipe. One big challenge is that we have to keep it hot at around, not very hot, but at 140 Fahrenheit for several days for it to harden. And that's unlike the other one, but this is less toxic, a lot less ingredients. So it seems like a good decision. Once critical components for spaceport have all been purchased, we'll be able to start buying parts for this, test the fuel, and then see what we get in burn sim after we do that. But yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Scott. And yeah, propulsion. I know Scott and Parsa have been trying to talk to some chemistry professors on campus. So if you know anyone or are in good favor with any chemistry professors, let us know, and hopefully we can reach out and take the next step for SCR.
My friend's a chemistry PhD student, so I'll reach out to him.
Thank you, Frankie. Next up, we have recovery with Christian.
Alrighty, so recovery has been doing the anti-rain dance lately. So as far as current tasks go, we have our drone testing currently planned for next Wednesday, this Wednesday, which is tomorrow. When permitting, of course, at the Gateway Garage. So we originally developed this little device here up in the top right-hand corner. So we were scavenging around the lab for things that could contain an iPhone or an Apple Watch. So in the trash pile, we came across this little green jar, this like green plastic lid. So Titus and I drilled a hole in it and attached some washers, put a 700-gram brass weight we found lying around the lab on it. So tomorrow we're going to put an iPhone in it, attached to a whole bunch of bubble wrap and styrofoam things that we found lying around the lab. And we are going to chuck it from the 4th floor of the garage. So with any luck, that's going to give us some good data for our drone testing, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Other than that, we also have our parallel tender to center configuration to work out. So in the past, we've done a series tender to center configuration, just putting them one after the other. We want to start doing them right next to each other, but we've never really done this in the past. We're not sure the judges will react. So we're just going to continue to work through that. We've had some success so far using rubber bands, of course, which we do not want to do. We're going to use shot cord instead next time we work through it, but see how that goes. For future tests, just mocking up the shot core and the quick links to see how the configuration is going to work for Shasta, and just doing parachute folding, knots, and daisy chaining practice until we get it right for spaceport. That's pretty much it for recovery. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Christian, and I will be there tomorrow. And you guys can use my phone to put in the case. All right, last up with structures and Brandon.
Hello. So this week on Monday, we were able to finish up the first testing procedures document. This one went over the rail and screw assembly, which you can see on the far right-hand side. And that's actually the one that Linda, Alyssa, and Jaylene helped make. So big shout out to them. We'll hopefully get the second one done, which is the bulkhead testing procedure by next week on Monday. And you can see the picture on the left. That is actually the stock sheet that we have that we're planning to get all of our bulkheads out of. So hopefully we can get a full 7, but I honestly don't think we will. So we'll have to go with 5. But next, the updated avionics and payload couplers CAD. If anyone wants to take a look, that's the path in the drive that you can take to take a look at it. It's nothing too crazy right now, just mainly the dimensions updated for the rail and everything, everything in there. For current tasks, we are going to continue to work with all the sub-teams. I believe with recovery, we are finalizing the recovery bulkhead. With payload, of course, the payload bay and everything inside and how we're kind of holding that together. Avionics with their bay as well, with holding all their PCBs in place. And on Saturday, of course, as Robbie mentioned earlier, we will have our meeting with Ozzy, and hopefully he can be able to machine all of our bulkheads and rails out of that fiberglass so we can begin our testing. And as always, for future, we'll be manufacturing and testing our composites. Now, I believe we finally might have I guess a testing date or a span of dates that we can hope for. I'm looking to hopefully start testing within the next like 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how early we can get all the stuff cut out and given to Alex to put helicoil in there. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, structures, and a big shout out to Brandon. He's been putting in a lot of work recently and really helping the team out. So pat on your back, big man. And lastly, any questions? Anything of concern? Any fun questions? I'll answer any question right now.
How tall are you?
Except for Alan. No, what's up?
Thing with CNC or whatever.
Yeah, so we're going to Ozzy's because he has a new like CNC machine and he's let us use it at least for free in the beginning, and then once he gets a good idea of how to work the thing, then he'll charge us significantly less. And that's really helpful for us because sourcing a machinist has been nearly impossible for the past couple of years. So yeah, that's huge. We want to just go down there, check it out. We're going to bring some fiberglass, maybe some aluminum, see what he can cut, see what he can do, and yeah, reconnect. Cool. Any other questions? Anything? Yep.
Have we considered any other options for fundraising, like a car wash? Something? Since it seems kind of hard to get money from big sales.
Yeah, so we do have the GoFundMe that Joe set up, which is actually doing relatively decent, which I know we're going to soon transfer into our account so that we can buy our next purchase order on tap, which is payloads, tubing, and then a few avionics orders after that. But there is some plans in the works with officers regarding fundraising for SCR. We're going to have a big event called Coachella, which we had last year, which is like a nice little festival in the park. We actually have our headline performer with us right now. No, but yeah, so that should be fun because we held it for the first time last year and we know a lot of things that we can do better. So hopefully we can make a bit more money from that. And even from last year, it was super successful with profit. So that'll help out. And then I know we're working on getting some money from some sponsors that sent us money in the past, but it didn't go through all the way. So we do have some things lined up to get us money. We're not necessarily drowning and grasping, but yeah, any ideas that you have would be nice. You can talk to Joe or I or any of the officers that you know, and then we'll try and implement them. It's just, as you probably know, hard to implement new ideas and then actually fully execute them. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're open to anything.
I actually had this cool idea of probably selling like mini 3D printed like rockets. Would you be interested in helping out?
Yeah, I've got my 3D printer at home, so if we need to print some out, it'd be awesome.
That'd be cool, yeah. Like some like small scale Zenith, like 3D printed rockets. Well,
Some like Thingiverse, some Thingiverse.
yeah, exactly. Anyone want to play Quiplash? But we'll have to end the recording. Yes, Susan?
Yes, Coachella is confirmed to be March 9th. So that is the Thursday before we go on spring break. So I don't want to hear no tests, no BS. I better see you there. Okay. That goes for you. You should make a TikTok about it. I'm fine. Yeah, Coachella, March 9th. Make it out there. Be there. Big time show, fun. Rumors of beer being available for all my 21 and ups.
Wait.
Hey, I just heard from.
You broke it?
No.
What time does it start?
4 p.m. to midnight. Whenever the beer runs out. Whenever Alan loses his voice. All right, yeah. But please make it out. Yeah, let us know if you have any other questions. Have a great day. Have a great week. You all are amazing, incredible, beautiful people. Yeah, have a nice week.